and welcome to Sunday School. Last week, we learned about the 10 Commandments. Because the Bible is one book, those commandments remain important throughout the whole Bible. And it didn't take long for the Israelites to stop following them. God punished them and didn't let them enter the Promised Land for 40 years. But eventually, the time came to go back. The new man in charge of the Israelites was a man named Joshua, and he was going to get them back on track.
God had told Joshua that if the Israelites followed his laws, they'd have victory over any enemy, which was good because the first trouble they ran into was Jericho, a practically invincible walled city that stood in the way of getting back to the Promised Land. So Joshua sent 2 spies into the city to see if they could possibly be friends, or if they'd have to use a weakness to defeat Jericho. But the ruler of Jericho sent soldiers to try and capture the spies. They looked for a place to hide and found one, in the home of a woman named Rahab. She hid them in the straw that covered her roof and told the guards that the spies had just left. The spies told Rahab that because she had been a friend, they would protect her and her family when the Israelites defeated Jericho. They had her hang a red cloth out her window to show she was safe. After they had escaped, they told Joshua about what had happened. Joshua marshaled the army and marched to Jericho. On the way, he did a repeat of Moses' parting of the Red Sea, except on the River Jordan, so the army could cross. But Joshua was unsure how to defeat Jericho. That is, until an angel came from God and told him what to do. He marched around the city for 7 days, carrying the Ark of the Covenant, a ceremonial box that held the 10 Commandments. On the 7th day, he had the priests blow their horns and the Israelites shout with all their might, and the walls, they came a-tumblin down. Jericho had been captured.
So how exactly did Joshua knock down the walls of Jericho? Well, simply put, he didn't. God did. But Joshua knew that God would do what he said he would do. By following the 10 Commandments and obeying God's rules, Joshua was given victory over many more enemies as well. The lesson that we must learn from Joshua is that God's rules make us stronger. Maybe not physically stronger, but spiritually stronger. And spiritual strength is the strength that brought down Jericho. Today's lesson came from Joshua chapters 1 through 6. Try coming up with your own questions to talk about this week. Next week, we'll be skipping ahead to talk about a woman named Ruth.